everyone, it's Reagan and welcome to the start of another work week reading vlog. It is currently Monday evening. I just finished up work for the day and I'm so excited to start this reading vlog because it has a bit of a theme, and mostly because I'm reading a bunch of books I have never really read before genre-wise. So this is gonna be a bit of an adventure. So over the weekend, literally yesterday, I started a book, Bringing Down the Duke, that is this kind of rom-com, slightly steamy romance book set in the Victorian era, and I am just so addicted. It's so much fun. There's comedy, there's romance, there's angst, there's ridiculous propriety because it's the Victorian era, and I'm just eating it up. It has made my day in that, like, this is exactly what I want to read during social distancing, and in that, like, I have no experience in this genre at all. I honestly never read romance, and when I do it's usually light contemporary fiction, but even then I only read maybe one of those books a year. The majority of what I read is like fantasy or literary contemporary, like things like that. I just never read romance. I just didn't know, but apparently there's a whole subgenre of historical romance that's kind of like, there's like fluffy, there's different grades of romance I'm learning, and so there's like fluffier versions, more rom-com versions, which I'm definitely interested in. Anyway, all this to say is I'm basically going to be doing a reading vlog over my work week, and I'm going to document myself reading a bunch of historical fiction romance novels. This is new for me, and I thought it would be fun to document, and also might be new for you guys too, but like, I'm having a grand old time. So essentially, I took to Instagram and asked a lot of you guys what to read, like where to look, because there's so many books in this genre, and honestly, the covers are very, for me, like, I honestly wouldn't look twice at a lot of these books because the covers would just like deter me, and I understand now that it's kind of like part of the genre itself. It's not, I was prejudging something I shouldn't have. Step one, I'm gonna finish Bringing Down the Duke. I have probably about over 100 pages left of this. I'm flying through it though. I started it yesterday and I'm just loving it so much. From there though, I took to Instagram because I was looking for more fluffy, modern, historical fiction rom-coms, because obviously in a lot of great books you can find a lot of books that can be problematic, so I kind of wanted to avoid those, and I had no idea where to turn to. So many people recommended the Duchess series by Tessa Dare. I hope I'm saying this right. So I think the first one is like something Duchess, and she's wearing a dress, and there's like, it's a great cover. I'm honestly thrilled I'm reading a book that has this cover. So I'm gonna check that out next. But this might be a rabbit hole of an adventure for romance books. Honestly, I'm thrilled. To me, this is like the perfect recipe for fun, super funny, and they have great writing and great characters, and I'm just really looking for something to just like pull me in, be like very escapism and like light. You know, just something to put a smile on my face. The world is stressful right now, so I really just want to read about a bunch of Regency romance. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So that's what this reading vlog is going to be about, plus me working from home. This is the longest intro of all time, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that this is going to be Peruse Project Tries Romance reading vlog, but not in like a way that where I'm trying to tear it apart. Like, I'm ready to become a romance booktuber. I'm ready to just go all in. But seriously, big shout out to everyone on Instagram, particularly Chandler, who helped me a lot, gave me a lot of great recs. I'll leave her channel down below. She's great. If you like romance, definitely check her out if you haven't already, because she is like known for it. She has so many great recs, romance and beyond. But anyway, as I said, it's Monday. I'm gonna sit on the couch. I just finished up work, and I'm gonna read a chunk, if not finish, Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. I love it. I love it all so much. It's addicting. Hi everyone. Sorry, I feel like my intro might have been all over the place, but it was mostly because I just wanted to get back to reading. So essentially, I mentioned that I wanted to read 2 books, hopefully during the span of this work week. The first one is Bringing Down the Duke, which I just finished. I read the remaining like 130 pages of this book, and obviously I flew through it. I read it in basically a 24-hour span. It was just so entertaining, and it's basically spurred this whole new interest of me, you know, checking out more rom-com historical fiction type novels. This is actually pretty steamy. I didn't actually realize that this was going to be steamy, so I guess that's just a heads up. But this book basically follows our main character, Annabelle, who is like from the countryside. She essentially gets a scholarship to be able to attend Oxford. Her father was a scholar. He passed away, but she basically continued her studies, you know, after he passed away. But there are conditions with her scholarship because it was granted to her from the Women's Suffrage Society. So she has to essentially be a lobbyist for them and kind of approach, you know, various men in power to get them to support their cause. So through this, she meets a very cold duke who is like very regimented, has a bit of scandal in his past, but he's like very cold and demure and like not interested in talking with anyone, especially her. And they have this very will they won't they, hate each other, love each other scenario. It's so ridiculous, but it was so entertaining. I could not put it down. It would be an exceptional TV show. And I'm really excited because this world is, I believe she's coming out with more books that I think are going to follow different characters that we've run into. So it's great because you kind of get to see all these characters more and more. And this story was just so engrossing. It had like the feel of like a modern romantic comedy, but set in, you know, Victorian England, which I appreciated. So there was a lot more like, it felt more modern day from a like romance and courting perspective, but kind of given a cool kind of historical spin, which I found entertaining. Overall though, the characters were really endearing, the romance was super entertaining, and I really felt the connection between the two main characters. I was sold in on their romance quickly, and I was really like engaged in both of them, and I was rooting for them, which I feel like is key with any story that's romance centered. If you don't care about them, the story is like a moot point at that point. The friendships were great, the banter was great, the dialogue was great. I had so much fun. I read it again in 24 hours and I really, really liked it. So this is book one, and also the inspiration for me to try to read more romance. And it was such a joy. I mean, obviously I have barely left my house in 3 weeks, so I wanted to read something a little more lighthearted, and this definitely was that. So I'm excited to check out another book soon. I have just finished this one. I'm probably done reading for the night as I've read quite a bit. I might start another book later tonight, but right now I need to make dinner, and I'm actually gonna watch some TV. Tiger King with some friends, including Clay. So that's kind of the plan for the rest of the evening. But yeah, I basically logged off work and just read that book through. I could not put it down. It was so cute and entertaining. I would say it's definitely an adult book, not YA. There are some steamy scenes in there. So I did want to caution that it's definitely an adult romance. But I need to make dinner now. I'm gonna make some pasta and hang out with Clay for a little bit. So for dinner, you might recognize this from my reading vlog, but I'm essentially making the exact same dinner as I did a few nights ago. It's just brown, spicy Italian sausage, onion. I also put some zucchini, pasta sauce, whole wheat pasta. Easy, healthy. I have a lot of pasta sauce right now because it stays. I don't know when the next time I'm going to the grocery store is, so it's tasty. Can't go wrong. So that's what I'm making tonight. Brown everything and then add the zucchini in near the end to get it nice and soft. Then I add the sauce, dump in the noodles, and she's done. Dinner is ready. About to play Tiger King, which we're on the final 2 episodes. It's a very wild ride. What did she say? Hey, cool cats and kittens. Something like that. All right, so we just finished Tiger King. Wild ride, wouldn't you say, Clay?
Yeah.
Wild ride.
Yeah. Feel pretty much bad for everybody but the owners. You know, kind of.
Because you hate them.
Yeah.
Basically,
yes.
Is the moral of that story. Yes. Yeah, it was hard. There was one person I rooted for, and it was the man who lost his arm. Now we're gonna watch some Netflix before bed. We're gonna watch an episode of Sex Education, I think. Such a charming show if you haven't seen it. Anyway, I think that's what we're gonna watch, and then we're gonna go to sleep because it's Monday, only Monday, and there's work tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Just brewing up a cup of coffee. So that's exciting. Also, just noticed we have a lot of pasta sauce left on the counter. I will clean that up in a minute, but first I need to caffeinate. If you're wondering what I'm wearing today, it's been so gloomy these past, honestly, this entire week in New York. Because of it, it has been really unmotivating to get dressed. So wearing the same leggings as yesterday, and I just put on a little stripy sweater. I love this sweater. It's one of my favorites. So I'm like kind of half dressed right now from my video conferences. I think I'm gonna get changed and dressed for the day. a little bit, but it's too early for that right now. I do plan on filming a video today, so I gotta get dressed at some point is what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm gonna drink this and hang out before my meeting that starts in like 10 minutes. All right, hey Millie, doing a bit of multitasking, exporting my video, and I'm making a salad, but don't worry, it's not healthy at all. I was really craving, you know, like that chili style ranch house salad. So I had some cucumbers, some carrots, lettuce, Mexican blend cheddar cheese, and then I roasted up some chicken fingers to put inside. This is gonna be so good. It's so bad for me, but at least it's a salad. Long work day, Matilda? Not quite. So I just finished up work and I have changed into my nighttime comfortable clothes, which is just a striped shirt, Madewell, and then these sweats are from Anthropologie. I got them on sale. They're really, really comfortable. But now I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna do. I might start my book. Clay is working, but he's hopefully only working for a couple more hours and we can watch a movie. Maybe I'll watch some TV. I really have no idea what to do. None. I need to cook dinner. I feel very unmotivated right now, if you can't tell. Like, nothing sounds fun, but I also don't want to do anything. But there's things I could be doing right now. So I need to work through that. But yeah, just wanted to check in and say work's over. So Monica has convinced me to watch a K-drama, and she recommended this was a good place to start. It is a K-drama that has a lot to do with like books and the publishing industry, which sounded very appealing to me. And I don't know, I didn't know what to watch, so I just let someone else pick for me, and here we are, and I'm very excited. This has really turned into a full romance vlog. Romance is a bonus book. Gonna read probably some romance tonight. This is the love of my life, so, you know, lots of love going around. All right, I finally got my butt off the couch to start making dinner. I'm making some chicken thighs. I have mine stuffed with goat cheese, and then Clay's without goat cheese. And then I'm roasting some potatoes for Clay, and I'm gonna have rice instead because there's some leftover rice, and that sounded really good. Then I'll also steam some broccoli, which will be a nice, easy dinner. I decided to heat up the rice and eat it now because I'm really hungry and could not be bothered to wait. Everything else is cooking now, but I figured this is already done. Little appetizer, a little aperitif, and I can get back to my K-drama. Isn't that right, Matilda? Hi everyone, so I've just been lounging and watching that K-drama I started, which is pretty good so far. I obviously have I haven't seen very many K-dramas in my day, so I can't really compare it to anything other than the fact that I like it. It has kind of a publisher setting. I love the theme of like second chance at life kind of thing. Like, your life's not over, you know, when you're 37, like you can restart and like pursue your dreams and all of that, which I really like. I like the message of that. So I'm gonna watch a little bit more in the bedroom. Clay's working late tonight. I got myself a nice snack. I'm gonna settle down and watch this K-drama, and then I'm going to start my book tonight. I have it on my e-reader. Let me show you. I bought the ebook, one, because I wanted it instantaneously, but two, I hate mass market paperback. Tessa Dare's The Duchess Deal, Girl Meets Duke, book 1. I think this is about like proposition kind of thing, you know, like a marriage of convenience sort of scenario. He's like a soldier come back from war with battle scars, literally and metaphorically, and she is someone who I think needs like the security of like a good marriage or something, so they get married. That's the reason why. But then obviously they fall in love, so I'm gonna start this tonight. I'm really excited. I've heard really good things about this series from so many of you guys. Everyone, like, I would say 3 out of 4 comments on my Instagram post where I asked for recommendations was Tessa Dare, and was particularly this series seemed to be the most popular. So I'm just excited to check it out, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted if I like it. This will definitely be like my first romance book of this kind of my life, but I'm excited because I hear it's really funny and has really good writing style, so I'm excited. So I'm gonna check this guy out tonight, but first I gotta watch more of my K-drama because, you know, this is my life now. Romance novels and K-dramas. Who am I? I love it. This is the new me. All right, I turned my K-drama off, and now I'm officially starting to read this book tonight. Here's Clay being weird. Working late vibes, am I right, Clay? But anyway, I'm gonna read now. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to document that it's sunny outside today, and I got dressed in a dress, so, you know, just trying to live my best day, work from home life. I feel really nice that I got dressed. I also just did my skincare routine. I've been in back-to-back meetings all morning, but I had a 15-minute intermission, so I decided to put my moisturizer and my sunscreen on. But yeah, this is what I'm wearing. It's from Christy Dawn. I got it via Poshmark though, used. So happy Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Sun's out, so that means Matilda is on her ledge. She loves laying in the sun. But I'm actually whipping up a quick lunch. I just made some miso soup and then some dumplings just to have. Takes a few seconds to whip up and super tasty. And yum. Excuse my soy sauce sriracha mess, but this is what it, you know, looks like. Tasty, easy, and not terrible for you. I ordered this big old loaf of bread from a local bakery, and I'm going to toast some up and put some jam on it, I think, for a little bit of an evening snack and make a cup of coffee. A little bit of butter and a little bit of local raspberry jam. The perfect snack. Clay's really amazed by this loaf of bread we ordered.
This is the most bread-looking bread I've ever seen in my life. This is the bread that gets put in movies or commercials. This is the bread.
Do the tap test. Yeah.
Yep, that's bread.
Paul Hollywood would be thrilled.
So like, this is what they were making in the Hunger Games. What was his name, Peter? This is pretty incredible bread.
Yeah, love this place. It's really hard to cut though, because the crust be so thick. That's why I needed your help earlier, but I did it myself.
Look at that.
I know. Hi everyone, I've officially changed into my comfy evening clothes and I'm gonna sit down and start reading now that I'm finished with work. I decided to not have a third cup of coffee today because I'm just a picture of self-control and like good decisions. But I just wanted to check in because I'm going to read The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare, and I did start this last night. I read a little over 30 pages, so not too much, but enough to get like an initial POV on the story. So this basically follows her main character. Did I already say this? I think I said this last night, but essentially so far I'm liking it. There's definitely great strength in the author's ability to write banter and like good dialogue back and forth. Like, this book is funny and like there's almost instant chemistry between our two main characters. And I'll say though, my one qualm, and this might just be a product of the genre and me being a fantasy lover as well, like these two things being like at odds with each other. I love exposition, all right? I love a good build up, I love a backstory, I love lots of description and just like lots of time spent setting everything up. So that's why I read 900-page books, because there's a lot of time taken into that. This, I feel like so much has happened in 30 pages just to get them married and in the house so the romance can like begin, that there really isn't that like exposition of like learning about the characters like solo before they become a unit. And again, this might purely be like a product of romance, and it could just be no one cares about that. Just want them to start the romance. Because of that though, like I just feel like there's such great writing and dialogue for the story, but everything just feels so rushed. I feel like so much has happened so quickly. Like literally, like the first chapter he's like, we should get married. I'm like, but who is she? What's her motivation? What's her backstory? Like, let's see a conversation with her and her father. Like, what is going on? Like, I just want more setup before we get to the marriage proposal. Basically what I'm saying is I wish this book was like 900 pages long. It's not. My ebook is only 267 pages. I almost was worried for a second I got the abridged version, which I don't think that's the case. I think this just shows my newness to this genre. But I would say that's like my only thing. I just wish there's a little more like setup of them being solo, and like dialogue is great, but like, oh, even the scenes, I wish they were just like a little bit longer. And I would say like it's probably a little bit of insta love or insta lust or whatever we want to call it, but again, this is like romance, so it's probably like part of the course, but I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling out loud. So these are my initial thoughts. I'm going to read more though. It's definitely super addicting. She has a talent for dialogue and characters, because I already am so interested in them, and it's funny, which I think is like such a nice surprise as well. So I'm gonna get some reading. I really feel like I'm gonna read this book so fast. It's so short. I have 230 pages left, so shouldn't be a problem. And then I'll probably pick up the second book of the series depending on how much I like this one. But just want to say, hey, I'm reading now. Hey all you cool cats and kittens. No, I'm just kidding. But I have been sitting here reading for a good hour and some change, and I've passed the 100 page mark of the Duchess deal. Survivor starts in about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna prep for that. But I wanted to check in and give you guys an update now that I am almost halfway through this. Well, I'm not quite halfway. I'm probably about 40% of the way done with this book. I'm really liking it. Exposition, desire still stands, but now that they're married, like, the book's in full swing. It is so, I love the humor and the banter. I don't think I would like this, like, I don't think romance for me that doesn't have that humor is for me, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I love their back and forth. I'm like laughing and smiling. There's definitely like some steamy scenes, and my favorite part about all this is just encountering all of those hilarious euphemisms used to describe various things. It is so funny and almost like entertaining in its own way. I mean, there could be like a whole dictionary of words that you just wish you never were used in that context, but now I'll never be able to unread that. Just branded into my brain from now on. Mound, one of them. But aside from that though, this book is exactly what I wanted it to be. I definitely can understand why so many people recommended this book to me, because it's such a fast read. You love the characters, and I also appreciate there's just like darker elements to it. Like, there's a reason why this Duke is isolated from society. Like, he is dealing with PTSD. Also, he was really injured in the war, and he's been kind of ostracized by society, people based on people's reactions to him, and also just thinking that he can no longer be accepted by normal society. And then our female main character has some issues from her past as well that haven't been totally explored yet. And just like seeing two people kind of come together and like will eventually grow to love likely all parts of themselves, and like finally be open with someone else and allow themselves to be loved and accepted. It's just like a really sweet story overall. And I also just feel like I also like this because it's definitely not the pure maiden trope. Like, don't get me wrong, this is definitely an absurd bargain, but this is set in like the Victorian era, but it still has very modern elements of romance and consent kind of woven in there as well, which I appreciate. And, you know, he could be brooding and angry and mean in most circumstances, but he's always checking in to make sure things are good when things are getting steamy, which is important, ladies. But anyway, I am really liking this. It's super fun. I'll maybe finish it tonight. I'm reading it so fast and it's not very long. If not, I'll definitely finish it tomorrow, and then I'll pick up another book, and then maybe this will be a vlog of the 3 romance books I read during my work week. But anyway, just thought I would check in, give you guys an update, and now I need to go prep for Survivor. Last week's episode of Survivor killed me, so we'll see how this one goes. Hi everyone, so I just finished, well, not just, I watched the newest episode of Survivor, which premiered tonight. Then I obviously showered, and I've been sitting on my phone, you know, just being on Instagram, doing non-productive things. But I'm now gonna pick up the Duchess deal again and continue to read. Honestly, I might be able to finish this tonight. That might be a little too optimistic, but because it's already like 10:30 and I'm only gonna read for an hour, I'm probably not gonna finish it. But I think getting to page like 200 of 267 is very feasible. So I'm gonna shoot for that, maybe exceed it, and then definitely finish it tomorrow. And then I get started another book, and then I'll probably have read 3 romance books over the course of like not a very long time, which is ultra exciting. So I'm gonna get started on that now, but I just wanted to let you know tonight's Survivor episode was also so good. I loved it. Excuse me. It was the merge, and I'm definitely rooting for Sophie and Kim. You heard it here first. I want them to win. Quick reading break to watch some Netflix. Just hanging out with my people. Mostly Matilda though. She's my people. And also my loaf of bread. Good morning, world. Just making my cup of coffee, and I'm wearing leggings today, But I did do my full skincare routine this morning, which feels like, you know, that's like half getting ready. I'm gonna get changed and get ready later in the day because I do have to shoot some hashtag content. But this morning I have a bunch of early meetings, so I just wanted to be comfortable. I'm excited though because it is supposed to be a sunny day today. It's been so gloomy these past chunk of time, so anytime the forecast says sun, I get really excited. I even put my sunscreen on. But yeah, I will catch up with you guys how much I ended up reading yesterday. It was a decent chunk, and my plans for reading today. So something Clay and I did a while ago was order a bunch. Okay, backstory. Frozen pizza, hard to find. I haven't been able to find it for grocery delivery or anything for a long time. And so we decided another good way to get a bunch of pizza was a while ago we ordered a bunch of pizza from our favorite local pizza place. Then we ate it that night, but then froze a bunch of it. So now we have our own type of frozen pizza that we can pull out and heat up and have a nice special Thursday lunch with it. Normally I don't eat pizza for lunch, but you know, sometimes you gotta have small things to treat yourself with. Today is just one of those days. Another thing we've decided to sign back up for is actually HelloFresh meal delivery service. We used HelloFresh for years in Chicago, and then because it was just me eating food, we stopped. But now that Clay is back home and we're both working from home and going grocery shopping in New York City is definitely something you can do. But honestly, it's not super easy and it's stressful. So we've decided to supplement a lot of our groceries with HelloFresh. It also helps keep our meals really fresh in that, I don't know, I can only think of so many different ways to make tomato pasta different. So it's nice because they're like doing all the thinking for me, and it's like relaxing. I love to cook. I find it super relaxing, and this way I don't have to stress about sourcing all the groceries I need or thinking of new recipes. So thrilled about that. All right, so Clay and I decided to splurge on something to help make our social distancing time a little better. We bought another Apple TV. So we had an Apple TV out here, which we just moved to the bedroom, and then we bought a 4K Apple TV from Target. So, you know, we decided this would be a great way to more easily watch all of the content we plan to consume. Very excited. This is something we've actually been meaning to do for a while, and it now just seemed like we literally had no other excuse. So I'm gonna set this bad boy up. I have finished up work for the day. And I actually started marinating some chicken and some carrots in like a soy honey glaze for dinner, which should be really good. So I'm gonna let that keep doing its thing. And I thought, because it's Thursday and you know, sometimes you just need to reward random days of the week with deliciousness, that I'm gonna eat some Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I'm gonna eat some of those and I'm gonna go in the bedroom and read my book. I read to page 150 yesterday, so I'm gonna try to sit and finish it now. I have 110 pages left and then start another one tonight. So just keep this romance ball rolling, because it's so fun. Today was a long day, I won't lie. Work has been a little stressful this week. A lot going on, some team changes too, so like her responsibilities are shifting, so there's like all of that hubbubaloo. But Animal Crossing April 1st happened. I'm catching Easter eggs. I'm reading romance novels in my free time. Things are good. Bright side, you know? Bright side. And it was sunny today. Saw some flowers through my window. That was nice. But anyway, time to pour some Flamin' Hots and read. Hi world. So I have just been reading. I have passed the 200 page mark. I'm on the back half of this book. I only have 64 pages left. I'm flying through this and I'm loving it so much. So it's like, obviously it has like the pillars of romance, it's steamy, all of that, but the best part about this book is this adorable relationship. It's so sweet to watch them like fall in love, and then combined with that, like see both of their individual journeys of like self-acceptance and kind of how they're both like healing from their own pasts, which I think is really sweet to see as well. Like having someone who can't even look at himself in the mirror like begin to accept and like love himself again is just like so heartwarming. And it's just so funny. This book has such great humor and they obviously care about each other, and I just really like how the author writes this, and I really feel like it's really modern, as I think I've said before too, which I really appreciate. Like, even though it's set in a historical setting, it has all the great trappings of like, just like they've gone to a theater, they have this great home, there's servants and pomp and circumstances and tea and all of that, which is great as well. But it's just like, it hasn't lost like the heart of like two people respecting each other and like growing to realize that they have loved each other all along. It's so great. But I'm really liking it, and I'm almost at the end, and it's getting to the really sweet part. The first part of the book is like, will they, won't they? Like, ooh, are they gonna realize they love each other? And now I'm reaching the part where it's like, it's so sweet. Like sickly sweet, but in like such a rewarding kind of way. Are you laughing at me? Anyway, I'm gonna finish this now, and then I'm gonna cook dinner and then download book 2. I finished the book, and it was so cute and charming. I love our main characters, and I can't wait to read about her charming friends fall in love next, because they're charming too. Charming, charming, charming. Yeah, I really liked it. Like, I can definitely see why that was recommended to me, because the banter, it was very romantic, it had a lot of comedy, it was steamy, but like, it wasn't the whole book, and it was very consensual and all of that. Again, this is my first proper historical romance, I think. Well, Bringing Down the Duke I think also qualifies, so I liked them both a lot. Like, so entertaining, and I can't wait to read more. I flew through that. It wasn't a very long book, 250 pages on e-reader. I don't know how long the actual physical copy is. I bet around like 300. But yeah, huge fan. I'm now gonna heat up dinner, which has just been in the fridge. I just need to put it in the oven. And then I'm gonna download the next book, but I can't wait. It was so much fun. I think I'd give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. I wish there was more exposition, and I know that's fantasy reader me coming out, because like right after they like got the whole marriage thing, like the book was like perfectly paced. I really liked the development and everything. So if anything, I just wish there was a little more in the beginning, like before the marriage, a little more there. Other than that though, I really liked it. I really liked the characters, enjoyed it immensely, and I'm ready to read more romance and also probably watch some K-dramas tonight. So yay. Clay's working late tonight, so I'm just doing my own thing. A little pre-dinner appetizer. And yes, I'm one of those Oreo people. I like to eat them like this. I don't like to break them apart. This is the hill I will fight for. This is the hill I'll die on. So, don't even at me about my Oreo eating consumption method, because this is the only correct way. So as I said earlier, this is just chicken thighs and carrots marinated in like a soy, honey, ginger garlic marinade. Literally, I just put it in the fridge for a couple hours. I'm now gonna put it in the oven at 425 for 35 minutes, kind of flipping the chicken around as it cooks, and then put it on the broiler for 5 minutes so I can really crisp up like the skin and everything. But it should be really good. I love carrots with honey on them. It's just, well, I love roasted carrots. I love cooked carrots. I'm a baby still, apparently, but yeah. This just pops in the oven, so easy, so fast. And then I'm also cooking some white rice to eat with it. And then I'll cut up some scallions and put it on top. Super easy, super tasty. And dinner is ready. So easy and honestly so tasty. I absolutely never eat dinner in bed, but quarantine makes changes in all of us. Get away, Millie. This is not for you. There's bones in this. And I'm also watching the premiere of Real Housewives of New York. What a great Thursday night. Top Chef's also after this. I might be watching 2 hours of TV, and then I will get to reading. Matilda's gonna show everyone her best trick.
Gentle. Ooh, that was not gentle.
That was not that gentle, Matilda. Wow, you really let the cameras down. Hi everyone, so I am all settled in my PJs for bed. I'm trying to go to bed a little early tonight because I have been staying up too late recently reading my romance novels. I'm not getting enough sleep. But I have since finished my, where's my nook? My TV watching marathon, and now I'm trying to find my e-reader, which I really don't know where it is gone. But now I'm gonna sit down and read the Governess's Deal. Is not the same title. It's like the Governess Game. alliteration. So this follows one of Emma's friends that you encounter in the first novel, and basically they preview the scene where the two love interests meet in that book, in a bookstore no less. So I really like all of Emma's friends, so I'm excited to see them all fall in love with a duke of their own so they can all be duchesses and have like a duchess book club. I'm into it. There seemingly is no end to attractive single dukes in England during this time. I didn't even realize that many dukes existed, let alone be young and hot. I'm not gonna question it though. Curious for science, but I'm not gonna question it. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on this now and read a good chunk. I am also gonna try to read some in the morning and then during lunch tomorrow, during my work day. I do have a very busy work day tomorrow, but I don't have a lot of meetings, so we'll see. We'll see if I can take a lunch. I usually don't even take a lunch, which is full transparency. But I'm gonna see if I can take a lunch and do a little bit of reading tomorrow as well, because I want to get a good 100 or like 50% of the way through this book before the end of this work week. And then I think I'll have read, because in technicality, the Duchess Tale is 380 pages according to the mass market paperback. I read, goodness, like about 130, 150 pages of the Bringing Down the Duke. And then if I read 50% of this, like, I'll be reading a lot this week is what I'm trying to say. So I've read 30 pages so far of The Governess Game, and of course, already heavily invested. The benefit of this book, I would say, is my main problem with the Duchess Deal was I felt there was a lack of exposition, and it could just purely because it was like book one, versus this one has the benefit of like I already am familiar with the setup of these characters. Like it didn't even need to be there in a way, and I'm already familiar with Alexandra, our main character. So I felt like I fell into the story much faster, and I didn't feel like I needed as much setup. Two, I kind of like this setup a little more. Well, I don't know about more. So again, I'm very new to romance, but there's clearly some tropes at play that happen frequently, I'm pretty sure. This is a reformed rake storyline, meaning that he's like a debauched bachelor who just drinks and gambles and womanizes and all that. And she is like a very level-headed, straight shooter kind of female. And he basically is like a ward of two girls. So he's like raising them, but he needs a governess. And she comes over for a different task, and she like rails him for being like a mess basically. And he's like, perfect, I'm gonna hire you as a governess. And there's already great banter. It's so funny. Tessa Dare is so funny. She's great at dialogue and like good one-liners, and she also switches POVs, so like you're reading from both characters' perspective, which I think adds a lot of anticipation, because like there's a lot of misinterpretation often, which builds suspense. So being able to read both perspectives, I think, helps build that within the reader. It's great. But yeah, I've fallen into this one, I feel like, a lot faster. And so like the first one was like two broken people falling in love. This one I think is gonna be more like, well, I'm sure he has his own issues as to why he's a rake, but he's gonna be like, become a reformed, like a better person, like wanting to make good choices person for her, for the girls, to be a good man. And she's gonna be like, yeah, I'm a good person already. But anyway, I'm excited to keep reading this. Already read 30 pages so quickly. Romance, man. It's me. I've stayed up too late again. I've passed the 100-page mark. I love this book, I think, more than the first one, because there's more banter, because he's a rake, so he's like witty. Not that Ash wasn't witty, but he was like angrier, like his problems he expressed in different ways, and this guy definitely uses humor to deflect his feelings, which results in so much comedy. Also, because it's a different scenario versus like the marriage convenience, I feel like this will have a better build up and will be more like, I think it'll allow for more time for it to progress in a way that feels, I don't know, it's so late, you know, like less rush. Like I feel like the payoff, like I feel like there'll be a little more suspense as we're waiting for the romance to actually happen, because Wait, what page did I say it was on? I'm on page 70. Anyway. Good morning, everyone. I'm here with my cup of coffee, and I got half dressed today, meaning I definitely have sweatpants on, but I did put a button-down shirt on, and I'm wearing my prescription blue light glasses, which I have been loving lately. So great when I'm staring at computer screens all day. But I wanted to check in because, as I think I noted last night, I stayed up way too late reading the governess game, and I did get to page over 100 because I'm loving this book. I think I definitely am loving this more than the first one. I think because it's more wholesome. So a large part of the story is like people who are kind of thrown in unlikely situations. A man who doesn't believe that he can have children or like should have children or is allowed to like love anyone. He's now raising like 2 young females and he's trying his best and he clearly cares about them, but he's also not like letting himself get attached. Then you have these 2 young girls who've been like passed off through their whole lives, who are clearly do not trust adults and only really have each other. And then you have our main character who has kind of a really tragic growing up story. She's an orphan herself. So you're seeing all these people who desperately need connections of family, who initially are like fighting it. Just like arm's length, can't let anyone care about me. Slowly become this kind of interesting new age family unit, and it's so wholesome. I think particularly watching these girls get close with Alex is just so charming, and then like learning to like trust again is so cute. And I love it so much, and I think that component of the story I just feel like makes it again just like more wholesome. Like yes, there's romance and I'm sure things will get steamier down the line, but I think because it has more characters that are impacted, not just our 2 main characters like the Duchess deal. I just feel like it has the humor, it has the romance, it has the suspense of that romance, but it has this really endearing, heartfelt story at its center of like these people just like trying to do right but also protect themselves and then slowly letting their walls down. And like it's so cute. These girls are so cute and I love them and I love everyone. I love Alex. I love the rake Chase. He's so charming and funny and a rake, you know? He's so funny and I just like love it. Like it's so good. Like this really could be a movie, I feel like. Because I feel like the first one has kind of a more ridiculous setup in like this marriage of convenience, like only husband and wife by night kind of thing, which feels much more like they're married, obviously. So this is following 2 people who are unmarried, who have a connection. And I just feel like Tessa Dare took a different approach with this. Loving it. It's so wholesome. It's so cute. I die and I just want to read it. Hi pals, stopping my hectic work day today to quickly whip up some lunch. I have that leftover rice from last night's dinner, so I'm gonna fry that up with some onions and some carrots for some tasty fried rice. I've shown this recipe in the past, but it's super easy, super fast, and works perfectly with leftover rice. In fact, leftover rice makes better fried rice than fresh rice. But anyway, time to start a cooking. Reminder tutorial is saute up some carrots, onions, garlic, ginger, and then in the pan add rice to oil to get nice and crispy. Combine, add an egg, soy sauce, sriracha. She's done. And voila, fried rice. Tasty every time. Hi friends, so I cannot unfortunately take a lunch today. I do have to eat and work on something as I do have a deadline that I'm trying to hit. That being said though, I did get some sneaky reading in between meetings, like right when I logged on for work, and I did get to page 150, and I really cannot articulate enough how much I'm loving this book. I like it more than the Duchess deal. Like I liked the Duchess deal a lot, like gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This is likely will be 5 out of 5 stars. Like this is just so good. I love the characters, I love the communication, I love the like everything I've already said I love, and it's just getting better and better, and it's so modern. The romance, like there's so much consent and communication and all of that, and it's just great. And she speaks her mind. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I can't stop reading it. I can't wait to read the whole thing tonight. So good. Nothing else to say. Incredible stuff. Clay is on the call out into our other living space. It's only a 2-room apartment. So I'm venturing into the bedroom to end this reading vlog. As you guys saw, I was able to sneak away a bit of reading today after I submitted my big deliverable that took me all day, but I sent it in and then I took like a 45-minute reading break, and I was able to read to page 200 of my e-reader version of The Governess Game. Accounts for about 76% of the book, and the actual mass market paperback is 360 pages long. So all in all, because this is the last clip of this vlog, I've read almost 800 pages of romance novels this week during this work week, and I could not be more thrilled about it. This was such a fun new thing for me. I obviously like just explored a whole new subset of a genre that I generally didn't read much about, and I loved every second of it. Tessa Dare makes such engaging romance novels. They were so fun and so entertaining, and I would implore you guys, if you're looking for something really light, really fluffy, really escapey, given everything that's going on, I could not recommend those books more. I'm definitely gonna be checking out the 3rd one. The 4th one comes out later this year, so I'm sure I'll be promptly caught up before then. I'm a little sad it's over, so I don't really know what to read next. I've heard good things about Edenbrook and some other authors, but I just feel like no one's gonna be able to do it quite like Tessa Dare. So maybe I'll read some of her other series that she has, but they're just so good. I loved it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog and this exploration of romance on my channel. I had a lot of fun, and I almost read 800 pages, so a lot of reading got accomplished as well. So I will see you guys soon with another reading vlog soon.